If you're in the market for a high horsepower American muscle car and you're interested in the Dodge Challenger, you might want to get to a Dodge dealership as soon as possible. Why the sudden urgency? Well, as of July 2024, new orders for the undisputed king of the quarter mile will stop and production will cease altogether. In other words, like all scary beasts of the past, this monster is going extinct. For the last production run of the Challenger, which Dodge is calling the last call, Challenger is being offered in 10 different levels. In this video, we're only going to focus on 8 because if you are interested in owning the very last Challenger, you're not going to be buying the V6. So, at the bottom of the V8 lineup is the RT with 5.7-liter 375 horsepower V8, standard disc brakes, and 20-inch wheels. Next up is the RT Scat Pack and Wide Body, which gets a 110 horsepower bump to 485 out of the 6.4-liter V8 and gets upgraded 4-piston caliper Brembo brakes. You also get a slightly more aggressive hood, snorkel-style air intakes in the daytime running lights, and of course the wide-body fenders and front end on the wide-body version. The SRT Hellcat Jailbreak and wide-body received the most significant jump in horsepower though, with the 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 topping out at 717 horsepower and 656 pound-feet of torque. They also get a dual-nostril ventilated hood and the snorkel-style air intakes that feed the supercharger. The last available model is the Hellcat Red-Eye Jailbreak and Wide Body. At just under 800 horsepower and over 700 pound-feet of torque, it's the most powerful, mass-produced two-door muscle car. There's one more trim level though. Dodge wanted to send off the Challenger as the reigning champ of power, so they took the high-output variation of the 6.2-liter supercharged V8 and shoehorned it under the hood and watched as it produced a spine-shattering 807 horsepower on pump gas. It also got wider 11-inch wheels and 6-piston Brembo brakes to ensure that all that power came to a stop. The sad fact is, though, that Dodge only produced 274 Superstock Challengers, and they're all spoken for. But in addition to the unnecessary number of trim levels to choose from, Dodge also added a few special edition packages to the mix. While most of them are visual upgrade packs like the SRT Black, Trans Am, and Hemi Orange, there are a few performance upgrades added to the Drag Race Ready 1320 version, or the Dynamics package that adds performance upgrades from high-end brakes to track design tires. No amount of power though will matter if you're uncomfortable. Luckily, the Challenge interior is cushy enough to go out for groceries or burn up the drag strip on the weekends. Both driver and passenger get Dodge standard sport seat or heavily bolstered performance seat in your choice of materials and 15 colors. Plus, thanks to the Jailbreak program, you can personalize your Challenger with your choice of emblems, wheels, graphics, brake caliber paint color, trim material, and even seatbelt color. Pretty much, Dodge is allowing any option on any model. Move up to the dash and you're met with the race-inspired leather or Alcantara wrap steering wheel with your standard controls for radio, cruise control, menu options, and more. Challenger's instrument cluster is a combination of traditional and new school with both analog speedometer and rev counter and a 7-inch digital display in the center. This allows you to keep track of your everyday stats, whether it involves your engine or fuel economy, record your best 0 to 60 and quarter mile times, display navigation, or customize and configure the digital display to match your personal driving style. But the brain and central hub of the Challenger is the 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen. The system, installed with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Sirius XM, and hands-free calling and voice command, as well as navigation, is fully customizable, allowing you to position any function where you want on the screen. Hands down, the best feature though is the multitude of performance pages. This allows you to view in real time information on the capabilities of your vehicle. The timers page gives you the capability of simulating a drag strip timing light and allows you to record your stats in reaction time as well as acceleration and braking. Gauges gives you 3 customizable pages to monitor all aspects of your drivetrain, like oil temp and pressure, coolant temp, battery voltage, and more. The G-Force module allows drivers to stay informed on how much force is being exerted on all sides of the vehicle, including your steering angle. The engine screen displays important information on power, torque, boost pressure, and more. And lastly, the dynamometer will calculate and draw graphs for power and torque in real time. Below the infotainment screen are controls for the radio as well as the SRT button. This allows you to go into the performance customization settings for the Challenger and adjust your total power output, transmission responsiveness, as well as use of the paddle shifters, traction control, suspension stiffness, and steering. You also have the dual climate controls and either a T-handle shifter for the automatic transmission or traditional shift knob for the manual transmission. Trunk space is limited to 16.2 square feet of cargo space, but you gain a few more if you fold down the 60/40 split rear seat. If you are planning to go full-on racer though, you can purchase a carbon fiber panel that eliminates the rear seat to save on weight. We know the Challenger isn't the most technological car in the market, but you're never going to experience the sensation, the noise, the smell, and the pure raw energy of a high horsepower American-made muscle car from a few batteries and electric motors. That's why Dodge wanted to break the record books one last time with the 1,025 horsepower, 945 pound-feet of torque SRT Demon 170, the most powerful and fastest production car ever built, with a 0 to 60 time of 1.66 seconds and a quarter mile time of 8.91. The almost $100,000 Demon 170 is so quick that it was banned from NHRA events and can be optioned with a rear-mounted parachute for added stopping power. But, like all good things, the Challenger must come to an end. With rising fuel costs, insurance, and the inevitable demise of the internal combustion engine, it seems like history is again repeating itself. Whatever the future of Dodge looks like, I can guarantee you there won't be another vehicle like the Challenger for a long time. With the Challenger, Dodge did what only a few manufacturers have ever done: created a vehicle that defined the genre.